Greetings, Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to WizdomDropz, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. My name is Tonia, and today we are discussing the sun and the 7 original planets of astrology, because it's always good as an astrologer to go a little deeper into our roots and into the core meanings of things. I can almost guarantee no matter what level of astrology you're at, by the end of this video, you will either learn something brand new or have a new original thought on your current comprehensions of the sun, baby. And when that moment happens, hit that like button because that helps other people get this information for free. For free, 99. Share it with a friend, do whatever you want to do, but make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, because I put out a video every day of the week. And I just want to thank all of the subscribers out there. We have over 300 at this point. I started with 0, you know what I'm saying? So we're on our way up, and we will be for a long time on our way up. So thank you everybody who's here right now and joining us as we go, because as we grow, it's inspiring, it's encouraging. I'm glad that you all use this as a source of wisdom and insight and inspiration for your astrological pursuits. That's literally what's up. So just a shout out, a thank you, an invitation. Hit the bell notification if you do join us, because then you'll get the upload notification when I put out a video every day. Okay. Now, last but not least, I did put out Gemini eclipse horoscopes last week. If you notice that I didn't do your sign horoscope and you really want your sign horoscope covered, all you gotta do is put me a comment down below being like, hey, can you do my sign? And I'll be like, yeah. Other than that, I'm gonna jump straight into the Sagittarius eclipses next week. So just a heads up. And if you want dibs on like getting your sign covered first, you can also just leave me a little comment down below. Okay. So let's get into the sun, y'all. The sun is like also a very misunderstood planet. If you did not see my video on the moon, I recommend that you check that out. The sun in astrology, you hear a lot, it's the ego. It's so much more than that, okay? The sun is the core essence of spirit. And yeah, it's very masculine because it's very fiery, but the core essence of spirit in its feminine form is the moon in various ways. But before you even get to associating gender with it, spirit is the sun. And spirit in and of itself, I don't care what nobody says, don't have a gender. Spirit is just spirit. So the sun is that concept of spirit, but it is also the concept of the divine, holy, masculine spirit. And arguably it's more masculine in nature because it's a fireball in the heavens. Okay, fine, fair enough. But watch my moon video if you didn't already on that. With that said, the sun is also, yeah, it's not just the ego, it's the plot line of your life. So it's how the larger course of one's life tends to actually play out in the fullness of the lifetime. So it takes on almost a 10th house quality to it. It's like what you're known for. That's where we get this ego conflation from. It's what you become known for. It's how people perceive you. It's what attributes or labels or words people tend to apply onto you. And that has to do with, again, the sun, because it's what's illuminated, and what's illuminated is shown. What's illuminated is seen. But when you compare that with something that's reflective and introspective, the moon, it's like a different kind of energy. That's why people in the West know themselves for the sun, whereas a lot of times people in the East know themselves for the moon, which is actually what's behind the scenes. I like to think of the moon as like the pilot behind the scenes. I didn't even say that in that other video I just did on the moon, but it's like the pilot behind the ship is the moon. The sun is the ship. You see the sun, you know what I'm saying? It's playing out, but what's behind that actually driving it is the moon. It's a core kind of more rudimentary level. But the sun is your identity as you're known for. More than that, though, it's how you approach filling in the plot in your life. And by that I mean it's what you resort to when you sit back and you think, what should I do here? It's not just Mercury, it's not just Mars, it's also inherently the sun, because the sun is this kind of like ego construct that is not necessarily a bad thing in any way, shape, or form. If you don't have any ego, you're a weak ass person. I'm sorry, not sorry. Ego is not a bad thing. It's when ego goes unchecked that it's a bad thing. So ego is the awareness of yourself and how you can contribute to the world because you understand yourself. A healthy ego is great to have, you know what I'm saying? So when you think about how do I contribute to this situation, how do I respond to this situation, somewhere in your consciousness you are always thinking about, even if it's like almost like a subconscious conscious, your self-identity in that equation. How are people going to perceive me? How am I going to come across? Okay, it's this thinking thing, but it's also an identity thing. And it's also your own spiritual access to a higher force and a higher power. And so I did a video on this a while ago over the summer that I thought was really on point, actually. Your sun is your pathway to spirit. So it's your personal pathway to spirit is indicated by the sun. So the sun in your chart shows where you have divine wisdom, divine knowledge, and divine access to higher forces, higher powers beyond just yourself. And that's the sun. So the sun is something so much deeper than what people often associate it with. And I hope this video brought you value, because that's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? Got to represent the value on the astrology status. With that said, hit the like button if it did. And with that said, leave me a comment down below. Where's your sun? What aspects are being made to it? What aspects is it making? And if you want your video horoscope for like your sign for Sagittarius eclipse or Gemini eclipse, let me know in a comment down below. With that said, through next time, until next time, may the stars be with you. Peace.